Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me again today. This is day 29 of our 31 Days Parenting Challenge. Thank you once again for joining me. Welcome to day 29. Okay, so today we're talking about what our children cherish the most. Are you here? Can you see me? Can you hear me? What does your child cherish the most? Okay, do you know? Do you know what is most important to them? Like we all have things that we have placed in our scale of preference or in our priority box. So, what is in their priority box? What is most important to them? What do they love so much? Right? Every human being has something that they hold on to. What do they so hold on to? What is so dear to them? What is so precious to them? That is what we're talking about today. So, do you know what is so important to your child? Do you know what your child holds on to? Knowing the most important things in your child's life will help you become more responsive, become a more supportive parent, right? All right. It will encourage you to be more present because you know, okay, this is what they want. This is what they, if it's a goal, it's what they want to achieve. If it's something they prefer, some children may prefer, let's say, family time. You know that, okay, you have to spend more time with them. That is what is most important to them. So, do you know what is most important to your child? It also enhances your ability to nurture their growth, right? And address every need that they have as children. The aim of our aim as parents is to raise well-rounded children, children that are emotionally healthy, so that they will eventually grow into adults that are emotionally healthy, that are well-groomed. So it is very important that they are able to clarify their priorities especially in this time, in their childhood and their teenagehood, that they're able to clarify or understand their priorities. So now, why should you know what is important to them? So that if it is something negative, you can nudge them, right? If it's something negative, you can guide or nudge them, redirect them, right, through a journey of self-recovery, so they can self-discover, so they can discover themselves, get to align their values or their priorities with what you want as a parent. If they are going the wrong way, if they are going the right way, right, if they are on track, you will encourage them, right? Push them to do better or to do more. So this is why we are talking about it. The most important thing we learn, there's a saying that the most important thing we learn in school is is the fact that the most important things can't be learned in school. I want to take that again. That the most important thing we learn in school is the fact that the most important things cannot be learned in school. So, as a parent, you cannot leave the raising of your children entirely to the school system or to the church. There are so many things that the school will focus on, their curriculum, their scheme of work to finish it up, but you need to be very intentional about raising whole, well-groomed children, whole children, right? Children that are balanced on every side, not just academics. Some of our children are doing so well academically, they are sound, they are the best in their class, they're getting their awards and everything, but emotionally they are nowhere to be found. In every other area of life, building relationships, in knowing their priorities and getting it right, or having priorities that align with the right values, they are nowhere to be found. So this is why we have to be intentional about knowing what is important to them, because for some children, some different things might be important to different children. So you need to know what is important to your own child. What is important to your own child? The most important things in life are not actually things. For so many of our children, things, their most important things might just revolve around material things, right? So for our children, how do you know things that are most important to us? Even if we have at the back of our mind that, God is important. We have children that at the back of the mind, they believe that God is first or God comes first, right? But they never spend time praying. They never read their Bibles. They are never concerned about things when it comes to things relating to God or things relating to the church. So if a child says, oh, my most important thing or what is important to me is God, you have to find a way to find out if it is actually the most important thing to them, because what is important to you is what you spend time doing or you spend most of your time with. So if as parents we have values of a lot of us that are Christians, that are born again, we want a situation where God comes first in our own life. So I'm sure that is what we will want or we would want for our children. So it means that you have to find a way to help them align their priorities to that. So a child might feel, oh, this is what is important to me, but might be doing something totally different. So it's an opportunity for us to guide them, an opportunity to point out the wrong, to address their fears, address their potential issues. Because if you do not know, right, if they don't tell you right now, you may not know that they have issues, right, with what they intend to be their priority. So you need to know what changes or in their value, that, or if there's something that has changed in their value, and how to help them. Because if a child tells you what is most important to me right now is to build on my hobby, what I love the most. Maybe a child loves soccer. Soccer is everything. I have a child in my drip inner circle that tells me soccer is everything. You can't take that away from me. Okay, but when you talk about things about God, he says, oh, he acts strange. So we need to understand these things so that we can guide them, right? If you do not know what is most important to them at this point, you may not be able to guide them. You may think because you call them out for morning devotions or because you call them out for family time, the family is important to them. So a lot of children or a lot of parents assume so. So when the children begin to grow and leave that home environment, and then they don't have so much time for family, they wonder what went wrong. Nothing went wrong. It has always been that. It's just that you didn't pay attention. So we have to understand these things. What do they cherish the most right now? So many children might have might have God as their priority, might have family time, family members, play time, exploring their hobbies. So many children might have friendships as something they cherish the most. So many children might have screen time, because whenever they talk about screens or games and the rest of them, it makes them happier. So they feel that is what they cherish the most, right? So we need to help our children understand these things. So many children cherish their time, their independence alone, their autonomy or their independence as the most important thing, right? Especially teenagers, they might tell you they just want their alone time, they just want their me time. So this is why you need to know as a parent, the most important things in life is knowing the most important things. So if our children and our teenagers get this wrong, it becomes a major issue in their life. Because if they know the most important things, a lot of us, like I said, feel, okay, God comes first, family, and then we try to redirect or refocus our minds to God, try to build a relationship with him, then try to build our family, spend time with family, then we move to maybe career and other areas of our lives. But if our children do not understand some of these others, some of these things right now, it becomes difficult for them in life. All right? Do not forget, like I said, the most important things in life is actually knowing the most important things. Does a child know what is most important? Aside from what they feel is important to them, do they know what actually matters? Do they know what actually matters? Do they know that even if we are nudging them to be the best in school, to do well academically, life is not all about career and academics and all that. There are actually things that are more important. I talked about the most important things not actually being things. All right? The most important things not actually being things, tangible or material things. So we have to be very sensitive, right? And then we need to teach them these things systematically. A lot of times, why we leave our responsibility to schools, schools take their time. Every day they have a curriculum. They take their time to teach, right? They have a plan. This week we are going to learn algebra. This week we are going to learn bonds in science and all that. They have a plan daily, weekly. So what stops us parents, right? Even if it's going to be so cumbersome, what stops us from having monthly plans, weekly plans for our children? Because these are the most important things. And a lot of the times when we miss these things, it becomes a major issue, even if not for us, for our children. They find it difficult navigating life because they had not set their priorities right when it was supposed to be right for them to set it. Right? There's always a right time to set these things. Because when they get to that age, teenage age, it is that time they are trying to understand themselves, understand their family, understand their environment. That's the time they're trying to set goals for life and all that. But when we do these things earlier, you see that your children already know what is important. Your children already know what goals to set and how to prioritize it. They already know how to fix their time, how to manage their time, how to make decisions. They already know most of these basic things. So what do you think is most important to your child? Let's also ask questions. What kind of questions can you ask your child to get these answers? Questions like, what do you think about family? Sometimes you need to know how their mind works. Ask them what they think about family. Where would you rank God in your scale of preference, on your priorities? Where would you rank God? So from there, you will know how their mind works and where exactly to help them. You can ask them, what do you want people to remember you for? All right? That could help you know how to help them arrange their preferences, arrange their goals, arrange their desires, arrange what they should truly focus on. Because we cannot keep throwing them into the waters and letting them discover themselves out there. All right? So you can ask them questions like, what kind of world would you like to live in? That way you know what they think and what drives them as children. All right? Understanding what is important to them is also a way to connect with them on different levels, a way to connect with them, have deep conversations with them. Because a lot of our children need these deep conversations. So many times as human beings, we need some form of a kind of conversation that will just, as a form of reset, as a way of resetting our minds, our perception of life. So most of us do not get these things, right? You know, that deep conversation you have with best friends, with maybe mentors, that makes you go back home to think, okay, so what do I do? What can I change? What can I what area of my life can I reshape and all that? Our children actually need those things. Because most of these things, most of these priorities will evolve with age. Sometimes your 3-year-olds might have different priorities or different things that they cherish the most. Your 7 and 8-year-olds might have different things they cherish the most. As they become teenagers, their priorities, the things that are important to them begin to change. As they become adults, things begin to change. So we need to help them so that when they are trying to transition through stages, through phases in life, it becomes smooth. It becomes a very smooth ride for them. Okay. Now, what does having this deep conversation does for them? It makes them feel valued. It makes them feel important. It makes them want to listen to you even more. It makes them want to learn from you even more. Right? It builds their sense of self-worth. And then not only that, that is just having a conversation with them or having a deep conversation with them. All right. And after that, they begin to learn how they prepare for the future. You're already preparing them for the future. So the stage for every child is already set. And that stage is set in your home. So what are you doing with that stage? What are you doing with that stage? What are you helping your child accomplish with that stage? So do not think that Children start building certain areas of their lives when they leave your home and go out there and all that. The stage is already set for them. What is the platform like? And that stage is set by you, the parent. So on what platform have you set your child? Where are they standing? Are they standing on a platform that is shaky? Are they standing on a platform that will destroy them one day if care is not taken? It's not our portion, God forbid. But on what platform is your child standing? Helping them with these things will clarify a huge part of their future. Will clarify so many things about their decisions, their decision making, their transitions. So the platform begins in your home. The platform has been set in your home. It's either very solid or shaky. So you need to find where you fall in. Do you fall in the one with shaky platforms or the one with solid platforms? And you will know that sincerely as a parent from the conversations you have with your child, from how intentional you are with teaching them some of these things. We live in a system where it's like we are enforcing values on our children. Hey, this is what you should do. This is what you should do. Values are not enforced. If you enforce values a lot of times, they will not understand it. They will just do it out of compulsion. But we need a situation where our children understand it so that whether we are there or not, they know what they stand for. They know what is important to them. So this is what we need to do. Okay, so if you disregard important things, in your child's life now, you are beginning to lose their trust already. You're beginning to make them feel misunderstood already. So what platform have you built, and what exactly, platforms will have to be mounted on, right? How has your child mounted on it? How well is your child mounted on it? So these are the things you need to know. Clarify these things. Why do you need to clarify their priorities? You need to build some form of self-awareness. Do you know what it means for a child to be self-aware? That a child, even in primary school, even in secondary school, they already know what is important to them. They already know what they want out of life, right? That is what helping them clarify their priorities will do for them. It improves their relationship. They are the ones that influence others and choose their friends. They are not pushovers. They're not pushed by people tossed to and fro. They know exactly what they want. So whoever they are choosing as friends, or whoever they are relating with, they always find themselves in the right circles because they know what it means to prioritize relationships. They know they know where relationship comes when it comes to their important things or things that they cherish, and they know what good influences can do for them and what bad influences can do for them or will do to them. So we have to take these things in very seriously. These things are very vital. So it helps them to set their priorities clear, to focus on what truly matters. Some children might like hobbies, they might like things like games, but when you have these conversations with them, they understand that you're not just depriving them of spending so much time playing games, but you are trying to help them build their lives, right? So that they have a balance and they know what is important to them. Okay, it improves their confidence, it improves their proactivity. We want children that are proactive, right? We should be proactive as parents, and we want children that are proactive, children that are already journaling, that are already having reflections. That is what we want. If we want to change the system of the world, if we want to help teenagers in this time thrive, if we want to help them navigate, then we need to help build children that are proactive, children that are sensitive to the environment, children that are so well self-aware, know exactly what they want, know exactly what to do. That is what we want. So what does your child cherish the most? Do you know? What do they hold on to? Have you given them something to actually hold on to? Have you tried to align them to the values you want as a parent? Are you modeling those values for them to see? So thank you so much for joining them. This is where we're going to end today. Please put their priorities, help them set their priorities right. I hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. I can see your comments. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, everyone. I hope to see you again tomorrow. Bye.